welcome to my YouTube channel. It's me, Nnenna, again. And today we're going to be talking about, guess what? Self-love. Self-love is very important. And I am still finding out what it means because it is subjective to everyone's personal experiences and where they are and how they've seen themselves and how they choose to see themselves, and just like growth in day-to-day activities. And I see you could be up right now thinking and overthinking about your sacrifices and how they were not reciprocated, how this person treated you this way, and how you could have put all that energy back into yourself because you deserve it. You're a person, you're a loving person, and I see you, beautiful woman. I see you, handsome man. You are amazing, and we're just going to be learning what self-love is and how to have it for ourselves. I am figuring it out. I don't have it all figured out, and I'm just learning, and I'm taking you on this journey. So before we dive into today's video, I want you to pause for a second. Just pause. Pausing is something that's very important, and one thing that we underrate a lot. Sometimes we just have to hold on, hold our peace, hold it, and just take a deep breath. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. So join me to take a breath in and then let it out. Let it all go out. Exhale. Yes, this video is about you, about reminding you that you are worthy. You are worthy. You are valuable. You are deserving of love, especially from yourself. Today, I will be sharing gentle reminders and practices that can help you fall back in love with you. In this video, or right here in this space, we are learning how to fall back in love with ourselves because we deserve the same love that we give to other people.
What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine.
Alright. I didn't always know how to love myself. I have always been such a people pleaser. And for a long time, I looked for validation outside of me. Constantly. Really constantly. Much more than I would like to admit, but I did. And I looked for this validation in my relationship, in my achievements. Have you ever felt this way? Like when you achieve something, you don't just actually feel happy or overjoyed. You just feel relief that, oh, it's done, and let's get this over with. That's how I always felt whenever I achieved anything or hit a milestone. It was just like relief, like, oh yeah, it's done, it happened. And I couldn't really find true happiness in any of those things related to myself. And I also sought for validation in the way that others saw me. But that constantly left me drained, and it left me questioning my worth. And that's a chapter which I'm grateful for, and like how it has taught me a lot of things. And it's been closed, or it's been closing gradually, and a new chapter has been opened up. But I didn't learn all these things or see all these things until I slowed down. I had to slow down. Like I said before at the start of the video, sometimes we have to pause. We have to just take a step back to see. And it didn't start until I started to learn how to nurture myself. And that's when I realized that self-love is not selfish. It's not you being selfish. It's you pouring into yourself. It's the foundation of peace. It's the foundation of confidence, and especially growth, which is the core message here. We all want to grow, and we can't start growing unless we love ourselves. It's just that simple in that regard, but it's the application that hits us
Yes.
the most. So, how do we learn how to love ourselves? Or you might ask, Nnenna, how did you learn how to love yourself? How have you been learning? How have you been coping? How have you been discovering yourself? How have you been discovering this concept that's also new to you? I will tell you, and I would try to break it down into steps that's understandable and would be helpful in the long run. The first thing, or the very first thing, had been to learn to speak kindly to myself. And that's the first step. Speak kindly to yourself. What do you tell yourself? What do you make yourself believe? That's a question you should ask yourself. What do I tell myself? That's what I asked myself. I was like, Nnenna, what do you tell yourself all the time? When you tell yourself, I'm not enough, or I can't do this, or this is too hard, and things like that, I was limiting myself. But it all starts from your inner voice. Our inner voice is powerful, very powerful. So let's start by shifting our self talk. Replace I am not enough with I am growing, and that's enough. You do not have to be perfect to be worthy. You just don't have to be perfect to be worthy. You are worthy. You are already worthy. And you have to say it to yourself, and you have to believe that you are worthy for you to actually start acting in that light, in that knowledge, in that belief that yes, you are worthy, because you are. You are worthy. So, our inner voice is the first tool to condition our minds, and we tell ourselves we are worthy, we are worthy, and we don't have to be perfect, but we are worthy. So shift your mindset and shift your self-talk. That's the first step. The second thing was to create rituals of care. That is what we in the modern age call self-care rituals, or self-care days, and all of that beautiful and aesthetic and pleasing activities and things like that. Self love is actually in the small things. It's in making your bed, it's in cooking yourself a nourishing meal, it's in taking a slow walk. Every act of care is a love note, a love letter to yourself. And I have actually discovered lately that cooking is therapeutic to me. And funnily enough, I do my cooking mostly late at night because of my work schedule. I work a very wonky work schedule. I will share that and how I balance that in other videos. Um, but since that's the time that I get to be home and actually do these things, it just feels calming. It feels grounding, and just it's just very little. Like, you don't even have to go out. You don't even have to spend money or anything. Just those little things, like changing a little thing about your space, tidying up your space, and things like that. That's basically it. That's what I have been doing. And just create those rituals, things that are unique to you. It could be your skincare. It could be talking to a friend. It could be your family. It could be books. There's people that love a lot of books, and it could be anything. It could be drawing, it could be sketching. Um I've also picked up a very nice interest in sketching, and like it doesn't have to cost anything. I just get them from like Five Below, get like a couple of sketchbooks from Five Below, and I have been really into sketching. I'm not an artist in any way, but it's been helping me. It's been helping me just be in the moment, be in the present, just like focus on myself at that time. Another thing is to set boundaries with confidence. People, we have to create boundaries. Boundaries protect us, and boundaries show people how to treat you. Boundaries are not a restriction per se, but they are. But it's for good. And loving yourself means to protect your peace. Protect your peace. It's okay to say no. That is something I am teaching myself. That is something I am really, really teaching myself. And it's been so humbling to learn. It's okay to say no. I grew up in a culture and environment where we are subconsciously trained to be people pleasers. You have to get this, do this, and just more of like obligation and duty and things like that. But I had to learn, or I am learning, it is okay to say no. You can say no. And boundaries do not push people away, they just keep the right ones closed. The ones that are for you, your boundaries will not push them away. They will respect it and it will keep them closed, right? Because if someone is disrespecting you or treating you in some type of way and then you're not saying anything, or you're not standing up for yourself, or you're not saying no to certain things and putting your foot down, you just end up building resentment that hurts you in the end and hurts your relationship with that person at the end. So let's set boundaries from the start, and with confidence you have to stand by them, you have to uphold them, and just protect your peace. Your peace is important. You have to value your peace, you have to value your boundaries, and the people that are meant for you would stay in your life. The people that are meant for you would always be there. Another thing is to celebrate small wins. Remember how I said earlier that in my life and growing up, I never really celebrated my wins. It always felt like, oh, it's done. Okay, it's done now. And then I just feel relief. And then even that feeling of relief doesn't even last for like an hour. And then it's like back to square one. Okay, what's next? What's next to conquer? What's next to check off the box? What's next to do and just get over with? But that's not how life should be. That's not part of love. That's not part of self-love. Every little step counts. Every step that we take in life, everything counts. Did you drink water today? Did you show up to work even when you were tired? Celebrate that. Celebrate that. Did you get out of your bed today and do the things that you have to do? Celebrate that. That is very important. Self-love is about honoring your effort and not just your outcomes. I have had to learn how to not be too hard on myself. As a perfectionist, I have had to learn that. I have to remind myself every time that the effort is what matters too. And it's also important as well. And I find happiness in that, or I've been finding happiness in that. And it's been making me feel really great. And I feel like that's a good thing to have. It's good to have gratitude. Just celebrate it. Celebrate everything. Oh, you scored this on the tests, even if it's not as amazing as you want it to be. I'm speaking to my students because I'm also a student. Then yes, you also celebrate that, right? Anything at all. Anything at all. You celebrate it. You celebrate it. You relish it. Allow yourself to get lost in it. Like, oh, I did this. Yes, I did that. And you will get fulfillment from that. That is like a place where love stems from. So it's not just about your outcomes. Also honor your effort and think on it and appreciate it as well. Because you are doing well. You are doing amazing. And you are not behind. And the last thing I've learned had been to practice forgiveness. And that forgiveness was towards myself. Forgive yourself for the times that you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for staying longer than you should have. Forgive yourself for not being perfect and for not doing that thing perfect. You are allowed to release the past and start afresh. Forgive yourself. I know sometimes we give our time, we give our love, we give our energy, we give our affection, and we invest everything into people and things that do not serve us. And it's hard. It's hard to let go of that fact. So, one thing I'll tell you is forgive yourself. I have been learning to forgive myself for not knowing better. But we are allowed to release the past and start afresh. That's the beauty of life. That is the beauty of life. Every day we have a new chance to practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself and just keep on learning to love yourself. That's the biggest thing and the best thing. Let's have some affirmations and let's say those affirmations together. I am enough as I am. My worth is not tied to how others see me. I am deserving of love, joy, and peace. And I choose to be kind to myself today. I want you to sit with all of that and remind yourself that you are worthy. You can do it. You can learn to love yourself again. You can learn to find that happiness, that validation, that closure, that love, everything that you're seeking in other people. You can find it in yourself. It is very possible. I had learned that, and I can tell you for a fact, it is very possible. You just have to shift your focus and stop pouring into yourself as well. The same energy that you would commit to other things and use to convince yourself about other people, use it to convince yourself and commit to goals in your life. Use it to commit to things that would build you, would elevate you, would make you level up and become that girl, become that woman, become that man that you're supposed to be. When your heart is so heavy, when it doesn't feel like it's happening or it's there, you would have to choose to love yourself. What matters is that you keep choosing you. And healing isn't linear. Healing, or the sign that you're healing, or the sign that you are actually learning to love yourself, is in those beginning on and off days, those days of having it easy, and then the other day you feel like you're back to square zero. You are actually learning to love yourself that way. It doesn't happen in a straight line. Some days you fall and then you get back up. Like we said, always keep choosing you. That's what matters. Love is a choice. When we love others, we make a choice to love them every day. And if you can tolerate people's flaws and still love them regardless and give them the benefit of doubt, we can also love ourselves. even though we make mistakes, even though we're not perfect, even though we don't become this or that, or we're not the highest rank in this or that, or but one thing is that we keep on choosing ourselves. We see past those mistakes. We see past those things that have held us back, and we keep on pushing forward. So on that note, if this video touched your heart, I'd love for you to join me here and just keep on reminding yourself today, tomorrow, always, that you are loved, and loving yourself is not selfish. Loving yourself is for you. Loving yourself is amazing once you get to discover it. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm sending you so much love. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. And remember, love yourself. All right? Love yourself. Bye.